So what's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode number 15 of our Sunderland career mode, and we are going to be kicking off this episode with a game up against QPR in the FA Cup round of 16, or maybe it's the quarter final. I know it's quite an advanced stage in the cup, and we are going to be putting out our first team lineup for it. And good news for us as well is Angel Correa has been reinstated into the first team lineup as he's just come back from injury. QPR giving the ball away right at the last man for them, giving the ball away. We're going to whip the ball into the box. It's going to come to Angel Correa at the far post, and Angel Correa can only strike the ball straight at Robert Green, and we should have picked up our first goal of the game there. A little disappointing that Correa couldn't put that one into the back of the net. Maybe he didn't put it in because it's just a lack of game time for him because he's just come back from injury. So maybe he's not up to steam yet. Dele Alli on the ball, squeezing it through to Angel Correa. Correa's turned his man. Correa goes for goal, and his shot does get blocked, and it gets diverted out wide for a corner kick. So we're going to take the corner here. It's going to come to Dele Alli on the edge of the box. Dele Alli, we do know, can strike it from range. He strikes it, but this time the veteran English goalkeeper pulling off a good save and parrying it away out wide for a throw-in. Maybe a good chance for us. We play the ball through to Will Buckley. Buckley, who's just come on the pitch, is using his pace down the left-hand side. Cuts back inside, skips the ball through to Angel Correa. And this time, Angel Correa does find the back of the net. And with just 8 minutes remaining in the game, we pick up the goal to put ourselves 1-0 up. What a fantastic goal it was. Will Buckley using his pace and his energy that he's just come on the pitch. Cuts back inside very unselfishly. Passes the ball through to Angel Correa. And this time, Correa doesn't miss as he clinically finishes the ball past the veteran goalkeeper into the back of the net to give us a 1-0 lead at Loftus Road. A lovely chance for QPR in the dying stage of the game. Jack Butler makes the save, and with just a minute remaining, they go ahead and get themselves an equaliser. It's Matt Phillips that has a free header in the penalty area. Very poor defending from us. I don't know where our defenders were, as Jack Butler with a lovely save. Matthews gets nowhere near the header. Jack Butler really good. Stones couldn't react in time, and Matt Phillips gets the goal which could take this game to a replay, which is the last thing we want. The last possible thing we needed in this game was to go to a replay. We've got one last chance here. Jermaine Defoe on the ball. He squeezed it through to Gooch, who just come on the pitch as well. Gooch cutting back inside, trying to go one way, then the other. Plays it through to Defoe. Defoe with a fake shot, tries to cut back inside. Can't do it quick enough. And that is it for the game. So very disappointing for us that we're having to go to a replay. Not very pleasing for me, because especially I want to get this season over and done with and move into the next season, and I just don't like replays. I prefer to go to extra time. But then I suppose after taking a 1-0 lead, we shouldn't go and get, well, I don't know. We shouldn't take the lead and then get brought back to 1-1 with just a few seconds remaining. We had to hold our composure. The game was pretty much done. However, we now have our second game of the episode, which is going to be an enormous game. It's away from home at St James's Park up against our bitter arch rivals, Newcastle. We've got our first team line out for this one, and hopefully we can improve on our previous performances by picking up a valuable 3 points here. It doesn't really matter where they're sitting in the table because they know this is a real crunch match. I'll be surprised if there's no sending-offs, to be honest. Have a win the ball back through with Dele Alli. Dele Alli squeeze it through to Angel Correa. Correa is going to use his pace down the left-hand side. He's going to try and cut back inside, which he does do. Then he goes one way with a fake shot, goes for the goal, and it gets deflected into Tim Krul's arms, and then he goes ahead and drops it. Jermaine Defoe the ball through to Lenz. Lenz to strike it from range, and that's a good tip over from Tim Krul. I thought that ball might have been looping and finding its way into the back of the net. But we've got a good chance as Lenz puts the ball in the box. Stones goes up to win the header. Only comes as far as Van Aanholt. Van Aanholt strikes it, but his shot also goes blazing over the bar. So they've given the ball away. I don't think they'll be that happy about that one. Van Aanholt trying to cut back inside, which he does do. Squeeze it through to Dele Alli, and Dele Alli finds the back of the net. But very similar to the goal that we scored against QPR. And what about that for a finish from the young Englishman into the top corner of the net? Their right back Janmat trying to be too clever down the left-hand side. Van Aanholt wins the ball back. A lovely ball through to Dele Alli. And what about that for a finish right into the top-hand corner as he picks up his second goal for the club so far. Hopefully that's going to be his first of a few more to come before the end of the season. Lovely chance for Thierry Ambrose. He's using his pace. He's just come on the pitch. He's cut past the back line. Can he double our lead? Thierry Ambrose has hit the post. How close are we going to get to doubling our lead? And some bad news for us as well there. Just as Kamano comes on as well, he goes down in a heap. And it looks like he might be injured. But Duncan Watmore back on the ball. He's cutting him inside. Loses the ball. But only comes as far as Dele Alli. Dele Alli to Mvila. Mvila squeezing it through to Watmore. Watmore were not the best of touches. And he had a chance as well there to make it too. So the final whistle goes and we eventually get some revenge on our arch rivals. They knocked us out the Capital One Cup earlier on in the series and then they drew 1-1 or 0-0 I believe it was at home when we played them in the league. But now, the third time of asking, we have eventually beaten them. Thankfully it come from a wonderful goal from a new signing of ours, Dele Alli. So now it's time for some international friendlies with England. So our first one is away from home up against Wales. It's not going to be an easy game for us, but hoping we can beat our rivals, or English rivals, as you should say. And we end up drawing the game 1-1. Declan John scoring a goal for them with just 5 minutes remaining as Wayne Rooney opened the scoring from us. So a little bit disappointing that we're not picking up the results that we should be. To be honest, when we're playing teams like Wales and Cameroon, we should be winning. Let's see how we do against Cameroon. Spain beat them 4-1, so we should beat them as well. And we do. This time we end up beating them 3-1. Dele Alli, Harry Kane and John Terry picking up the goals for us there. So at least we pick up 1 point. At least we pick up 1 win out of the 2 games. And also now from the player training, we got Maldonado has now gone up to an 58 rating. And we've also got Gallardo going up to a 62 rating. They are 2 players that are in our scouting currently program. And they look very promising. They've got potentials of between 85 and 91. So they look really good. We've also got a player here, Pablo Vasquez, is saying that he wants to cancel his contract unless we offer him one at the club. So I think we will go ahead and offer him one because he does look very good. So we'll go ahead and search for him and you guys will be able to see what he looks like. So we are going to snap up Pablo Vasquez because he's currently 50 overall, or 49 overall, but he's got potential of 71 to 91. So he looks very good. So go ahead and offer him a contract and we'll see if he accepts it. If he does, then obviously we'll bring him into the club and probably send him out on loan. If not, we'll just let him go. However, it's now time for our third and final game of the episode, which is going to be at the Stadium of Light up against QPR, and in fact it is going to be the replay. So we currently drew 1-1 at Loftus Road, courtesy of a very, very late goal from QPR, and hopefully we can now go ahead and win this game quite easily as we are playing at home, and we have got our first team line out as well, apart from our right back Adam Matthews is currently a little bit tired. So instead of him, we're playing Jones. So some really bad news once again as another player of ours has been injured, and hopefully it's not going to be a reoccurrence of John Stones' previous injury. He's now gone down and has been forced off the pitch. Reece Oxford will be coming onto the pitch to take his place, and he is in fact holding his ankle. So we're hoping it's going to be nothing serious and he's not going to be out for a lengthy amount of time. Mateus Pereira cutting in from the wing here. He's going to go all the way. We do know he is very good with his left boot. He keeps on going. Can he find the back of the net? He strikes it and completely scuffs his shot wide of the post, and that now is pretty much a cue for me to start making some substitutions. I'm going to bring on Mbolo instead of Defoe as he hasn't done much. Pereira will be coming off the pitch and we're going to take a risk and bring Watmore on. And I think we're going to leave that at the moment. And if we see that we're still lacking goals, we can maybe start looking at bringing on Kamano or maybe Ambrose. So as the scoreline was still 0-0 after 90 minutes, we have in fact moved into extra time. A very boring game, not much to report. And we've got to try and find a goal from somewhere. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to be going to penalties because neither side looks that promising about scoring. But maybe we've got a good chance here with Mvila. Mvila running down the wing, squeezing it through to Billy Jones. Jones trying to cut through, squeezing it through to Duncan Watmore. Watmore takes it round his man, and Duncan Watmore with a wonderful goal, striking it into the back of the net. And just 94 minutes into the game, Duncan Watmore, what about that for a goal? Billy Jones with a lovely ball inside, a little bit luck I think as he got deflection, a lovely first touch, but what about that for a strike from Duncan Watmore, the young Englishman. And I know he's so popular with the Sunderland fans, he's going to be even more popular now. QPR have a lovely chance, they cut inside, Jack Butland with the save, they've still got a chance for themselves, And you've got to be kidding me. We just cannot defend. As soon as we take the lead, we go ahead and concede. What are we doing? It's a lovely save from Jack Butland, but he pushed the ball away and all of our defenders turn off. Not one defender is in the centre defending their man, and that is the easiest finish Charlie Austin's going to have all season as he pumps the ball into the back of the net. And both goals we've conceded against QPR have been very sloppy. QPR have got a really good chance. I don't know why all of our players are pushing so far up the pitch. Reece Oxford trying to chase down Onoa, who thankfully for us has actually got the ball and not a striker. But if anyone looks the most likely of progressing into the next round, it looks like it could be QPR. Maybe we've got a chance to break. We play a ball to Angel Correa. Correa sees Watmore. Watmore's charging through on goal. Can he pick up his second goal of the game? It looks like they're going to catch him, but he's still got the ball. He cuts back inside. Duncan Watmore still got it. This time he loses it. And we go into penalty shootout. So it's going to be a very nerve-wracking penalty shootout, and we've got to try and do our best and see if we can progress into the next round. So our first penalty kick is going to be given to Dele Alli. He's up against Robert Green. He's not got the shot in the green, but it doesn't matter because he manages to find the back of the net. But the next person stepping up is going to be Charlie Austin. Can Jack Butland keep out his England teammate? No, he can't, because Charlie Austin very calmly pointing it to the right hand side. But this time Lenz has got the chance. He's going to go to the top right of Robert Green, and Robert Green does not move, and we've got our advantage back. This time it's going to be the number 10, Leroy Fer, up against Jack Butland. Leroy Fer goes straight down the middle, hits the underside of the crossbar and finds the back of the net. So now it's going to be Duncan Watmore, the young English guy, up against the veteran English goalkeeper, and that is a lovely penalty from Duncan Watmore. So now Jack Butland's got to try and put off Hoylett. Can he find the back of the net? I can feel him going down the middle. Why did I move it? I knew he was going down the middle, and me being a complete dick decides to dive with the goalkeeper. But now it's going to be Mbolo. Mbolo going up to the right hand side, and that there is a lovely penalty. So that's Frowlin up against Jack Butland. Can Jack Butland be the hero? He's going to go to the right hand side, and once again QPR, every single one of their penalties going straight down the middle. So now it's going to be Angel Correa. Correa going to the top left hand corner. Please can he find the back of the net? He can't. We've missed it. We've got to save this penalty. It's going to be Cherry up against Jack Butland. Please, Jack Butland, can you save it? No, we can't. Every single one of their goddamn penalties goes straight down the middle, and we lose to QPR. Two very, very sloppy goals for us to concede. One at Loftus Road, now one at the Stadium of Light. We cannot defend, and now Angel Correa, our star striker, goes ahead, misses his penalty, and I don't know why we're being such complete dickheads as they shot every single one of their penalties straight down the middle. I decided not to move, or decide to dive every time, and we lose in a penalty shootout. I can't believe it. And just to add insult to injury, John Stones is going to be out for 4 weeks with an injury. So Reece Oxford will be stepping in for him at the centre-back position. But very disappointing that we are out of the cup. But if you did enjoy that episode of Career Mode, please make sure you hit that like button down below, as it is going to be very much appreciated. And make sure, if you're around here, to hit that like button down below, to hit the subscribe button, to keep up to date with all my latest videos and career modes. Thank you. Bye-bye.